Hi, Paul Hefty here with the Triangle O football system. I want to talk about our slow read screens, something we call a Hot Mickey dash screen pass option. I'm going to do a quick overview here, but if you want to get more information, you can see the link to my website and my email address if you want to contact me to talk about the details. One key point we do to keep things simple is we use the same blocking scheme whether we're using a fast screen or a slow screen. We also use a double hand signal or a single hand signal to designate which side the screen is going to. Double or both hand signaling tells us we're going to run the screen to the Z and the A, the two receiver side, and they're blocking. Single means we would go to the single receiver side. Let's take a look. First off, if you're going to be good at your screen game, you've got to invest reps in it. One great way to carve out time is to use this stretch screen and score drill. It works as a combination of conditioning, but also getting reps and reads, and you're only using a maximum of 5 minutes right at the start of practice. So you can see we'll do our 5-minute active stretch, and then right after that we get into this screen and score. The first group will go from the 5-yard line against the coaches, so they can be those key read defenders, but also can coach up on the run. The group will run the play, score, go through the back of the end zone, and then loop around. As soon as they're through, the next group comes up, and if you have a third or fourth group, the same thing. You can see you just work in this cycle with 1 or 2 screens as the focus, and you've got conditioning and reps all carved out right after your stretch period to start your day. Another phase for teaching is to do this SPO drill by position groups. You can see on the left we're doing just skill players, where we're working our slow screen to our Hback, but we're working this dash concept with one quarterback throwing hot and the second one, then the dash phase throwing to the Hback. On the right we're doing the same slow screen but throwing to our running back, and now we're doing it with the line, so we're working our pull and our scheme protection up front. As I mentioned earlier, the key to making your screens efficient and effective is we're going to use one blocking scheme and just change up the timing. So you can see with our slow or our fast screen, we're going to have the tackles block big on big, and the guard center guards are always the pullers to the play. You can see it here against the different fronts how it works. First, we like to do our 2x2 double slow screen to the B-back. Couple key points. We're going to use a Liz and rip call for left and right, but also that tells it's going to the back. You're going to have a double signal here, both hands under the chin, so that tells the receivers, the two receiver side, the A and the Z, are going to cross block on 1 and 2. That lets the X and the H know then they are running the Hot Mickey. The linemen, again, tackles are always big on big. With a slow screen, they'll kick and drop to invite those defensive ends that come upfield. The center guard center are the pullers, with the play side guard on the right after a 3 count, pulling flat to the number 2 defender, center to the Sam, and the backside left guard, in this case, to the Mike. Running back is always going to go do his pass pro, step inside, check the Mike and the Sam. If they blitz, he's going to hit them and then release. Key point, he must go behind the rushing defensive end to get outside the tackle, where he turns and sets up at about 3 yards outside, 1 yard behind, facing the quarterback. Quarterback is going to take his 3-step back pedal, reading the Mike and the Will. If they blitz, he can throw hot to the H or the X. If not, after he settles, then he's going to go ahead and dash 2 steps, dropping deep and to the right, and find an open window to the back off to the right. Last key point, the back wants to catch this and turn back towards the ball so we can see defense coming, and then get north and south instead of just running to the sideline. Next, we can run this same double slow back screen out of 3x1. Nothing changes except the H now will run his Hot Mickey from the front side. Again, double signal. We're going to have tackles kick deep. Guard center guard are the pullers. A and Z are blocking to the double receiver side, with the X running the solo Mickey. Quarterback reads the mic and the will hot. If he's got it on a blitz, he takes it. If not, after his 3-step drop, he's going to dash right, find an open window to the back, checking the mic and the SAM, going behind the defensive end, turning back towards the ball, and getting north and south on the screen. Last in the series is to go 3x1, but come back to the single receiver side. And we'll do this to the Hback. Now we use a lizard and ripper call, left and right, but now we know it's the Hback. Again, we'll just use one hand under the chin, a single, so now the X knows he's going to crack block inside to number 2 with the back running a rail route to block number 1. Again, lineman tackles kick step deep, guard center guard are the pullers. The H will come across and now check the mic and the SAM just like the back did. If they blitz, he'll hit them, but then he must go behind the defensive end, set up, looking back towards the ball and getting north and south. Quarterback, same, 3-step back pedal read, reading the mic and the will on the blitz. If he's got it, he hits them hot. If they don't blitz, then he's going to dash left now, find an open window to the Hback. You can see we've got the same techniques, the same timing, but we have the ability to throw the ball to the running back, the Hback. We can go 2x2, 3x1 to the strong side or the open weak side. Thanks.